Hello, welcome to Reality Stories, friends. Look at this man. His name is Richard Lee. Richard, one of the most dangerous prisoners in the world, has escaped from jail 3 times. He has deceived the police many times. A book has even been written on this man's story, the man who melted himself out of jail. This story of Richard Lee will definitely surprise you. Friends, Richard was born in America in 19508. No one knows how his childhood was, but his real story begins in 1987 when Richard was 29 years old. This man had entered the world of crime. Theft, robbery, looting people had become a common thing for him. But then this man also became a murderer. Friends, it was the night of November 7th, 1987. Richard was robbing a house in Manatee, a city in America, when 2 men came there. They tried to stop Richard, and Richard shot them. One of these men died from this bullet. His name was Jerry. He committed the murder and fled from there. The police kept searching for him for the next 3 months, and finally the police arrested him. Richard was kept in the minor municipal police station. But friends, after just a few hours, Richard escaped from there. How he escaped is a very surprising incident. Actually, when Richard was caught, he was handcuffed and made to sit on a chair. He was alone in a room, but this man made a strange plan. He had a lip balm with him, which the police did not keep with them during the search. Using this lip balm, he slid his hands out of the handcuffs. These handcuffs were probably already quite open. Anyway, it was nighttime and the police did not expect that Richard would free himself from the handcuffs in this way. Richard went out of the window of that police station and disappeared in the darkness of the night. On the other hand, the police was searching for him, and after some time Richard was caught. Actually, he was hiding on the roof of a building. The police was standing below this building. Richard jumped on a cliff to escape from there, but he fell on the ground after falling from the cliff. He got a severe injury in his waist, and the police arrested him. He was sent to the hospital. Friends, after this, Richard was kept in Ward County's jail, a jail in the same city. Inmates were strictly monitored in this jail, but Richard was planning to escape again. The police presented Richard in the court, and Richard was sentenced to life imprisonment for the crime of murder. But friends, after 5 years, Richard escaped from jail again. This date was October 9th, 1992, when the police came to know that Richard had escaped from jail along with 2 other prisoners. Richard escaped from jail by breaking the ventilation space in the jail. Out of these 3 prisoners who had escaped, 1 was caught, but Richard did not fall into the hands of the police. Friends, after escaping from jail, Richard grew his hair long and also got it dyed so that the police could not identify him. Later he lived in parts of America, but he still did not stop committing crimes. Now he started stealing cars. This is how he was living his life. For the next 10 months, he stole many cars, but finally the police caught him again. Friends, this time when Richard was brought to jail, the police was angry and embarrassed too. Richard was a dangerous criminal who had committed a murder, and now he had escaped by breaking jail twice. That is why the police had made strict arrangements to imprison him this time. Richard was sent to a correction facility. It was impossible to escape from here. Richard tried a lot, but now many years had passed, and Richard was imprisoned here. Friends, Richard now went on a hunger strike here. He wanted to be kept in some other jail. He also filed a petition in the court that he should be kept in a jail near his parents' house, so that his parents could come to meet him. On this basis, the police sent him to another jail. This jail was built in a small town. Richard's parents also lived here. Friends, this was the year 2006. Richard had last escaped from jail 14 years ago, but now he was going to escape from jail for the 3rd time. Actually, Richard also used to work in this jail. Here he used to repair old mail bags. After working at this place for many months, Richard made a plan to escape from here. Friends, actually Richard had hidden himself under these mail bags. He had made a long pot in the jail. He hid inside it and kept mail bags on top. He was not visible. The jail staff took these mail bags out of the jail, and Richard escaped from there. It is also said that some prisoners also helped him because it was not possible to do this alone. But friends, then another surprising thing happened. Richard kept running here and there for a few hours, and the police kept searching for him, and then a police officer saw him. He stopped Richard. The video you are watching is the same video. This video was captured in the camera installed on the car of this police officer. It happened that this police officer did not recognize Richard by face. He only knew that a prisoner had escaped by breaking the jail. When this police officer asked Richard his name, Richard lied, that my name is Robert Jones. Richard was so clever that he engaged the police officer in conversation and said that I am jogging here and have come here from some other city. He told that I work in a company, and I am here on a project. I am working in the jail. You can see the strange thing that this police officer asked him his name again, and this time Richard told his name as Jimmy Jones. That is, some other name, and still the police officer did not remember this. Richard was so smart that he was talking to the police officer with a lot of confidence. The police officer also contacted him in the jail, but the description of Richard given by the jail police was not correct. The police officer did not even suspect that this man is actually Richard, who has escaped from the jail. This video is very famous till date. Friends, in those days there was no WhatsApp etc. that Richard's picture could be sent to the officer on mobile at that very moment. Richard had escaped from here also, so now Richard was included in the list of 15 most wanted prisoners of America. On the other hand, Richard escaped from America and reached Canada. He had also stolen a car, but this time Richard was caught by the police in Canada. On April 28, 2006, Richard was present in a stolen car on a beach in Canada when the police recognized the car. They asked Richard to get out. The Canadian police did not know that this was Richard Lee, the same dangerous criminal who had escaped from America after breaking the jail. Richard got out of the car, but he suddenly started running from there. There were dense forests near this place, and Richard disappeared at this place. Richard had escaped from the police once again. Later, the Canadian police came to know who this man really was. Friends, Richard came back to America from Canada. After spending several months, he was one of the wanted people of America even at this time. And friends, finally on October 24th, 2007, Richard was caught again. Actually, Richard was present in a stolen van in the province of Canada. When a police officer saw his van, he suspected that this van was stolen or something was being smuggled in it. He noted the number of the van, and now the police started keeping an eye on Richard's stolen van, that he suspected that this van was stolen or something was being smuggled in it. He noted the number of the van, and now the police started keeping an eye on Richard's stolen van. Within a few hours, the police came to know that Richard Lee was present in this van, an extremely dangerous criminal. Richard was arrested the very next day. The police officer who noted the number of his van was also given a reward. Richard said that his arrest was a mistake, otherwise he would never have been caught by the police. So later he was sent to America, and today he is in jail under strict security. A book has even been written on this man's story, The Man Who Melds Himself in a Jail. Friends, if you want to follow me on Instagram, its link is present in the description behind.